Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, this wee video is about, well, it's a bit of advice. And here's a tip about giving advice to people. So this is advice about giving advice. Be careful who you give it to. You give advice, and they take it, and they abuse it, and they rip you off. And there's a certain person out there who knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get back on track, shall we? Now, the advice I'm giving here it's quite pertinent to a lot of things happening, certainly in the UK at the moment. And that would be dog attacks. Yes, dog attacks. And you know me, I've got a big husky. I've had dogs all my life. I love me dogs. Dogs are great. Dogs are wonderful. And you can trust them. No, you can trust them if they're trained and they are properly brought up and their behaviour has been analysed and watched by yourselves, and you're not some ridiculous scumbag who uses it as a weaponised status symbol on the streets. We've had a ban in this country of XL bullies. Scotland has now followed suit. But there was a massive rash of these horrible attacks, XL bullies, pit bull type things, but massively sort of almost like gene induced super canine warrior bastards. And I know plenty of them, and all the ones I know are great, wonderful, and they are so loving and affectionate, and they're also great friends of my dog Roxy, of course. Roxy the big flirt. But my story is thus. Yesterday, after I did the very previous video on the channel, I took Roxy out. And we did our usual sort of, the normal sort of weekday sort of walk. I.e., we went to the boneyard, the cemetery. Yes, we did that. And it was great. And weather was okay-ish. Wasn't cold, wasn't raining. It was actually okay. Wasn't very warm, to be perfectly honest, but you know, good job I had a jacket on. Very good job I had a jacket on. Even better job that I had a combat jacket on because of what happened. Now, Roxy is a very sociable animal. She's a floozy, basically, a slut, some would call it. Yeah, and she's getting on in years now, especially in dog years. So, and she's got a birthday coming up very soon, a big birthday. And she's still got that shoulder, the big outsized shoulder. None of us know why. We think it's an impact, and the way the joint and the bone and the shoulder has knitted back together. And she's been very good. She kept quiet about it. She didn't say, Dad, you know, I've smashed my shoulder in here. But we noticed the shoulder was out. She had a course of anti-inflammatories. I've talked about this before, and it didn't do nothing at all. But it hasn't impaired her movement. She's in no pain, no distress. She can still leap around and be a complete mad fool and have loads and loads of fun and look terrific. She's the most gorgeous canine on the planet, even though she looks like the thing. But anyway, so I'm walking her and she's having a great time, does unusual ablutions, and then we went through the cemetery, sort of the usual routes. We sat by the war monument for a bit, and where she can observe every major aisle that comes in, you know. So she's like got full pull with it, and she's lying there serene and resplendent, and like cars pull up and people get out with their dogs, she'll go and inspect them. She knows everybody. But we met someone we didn't know, and it was a young woman, and very lovely she was too. And she had 2 dogs with her. Now we'd actually moved down to buy the bottom end of the cemetery, where you have all the workies' huts. By the way, the workies' huts have a brick wall around them. When I was a kid, and my dad, Big Kilt Papa, who at that time was working for the Wirral's Parks and Gardens Parks and Gardens, it was called. It was best when he was working on the crazy golf courses down New Brighton. Used to fucking love it down there. But when he worked in Rake Lane Cemetery, oh, he's name dropping here, but yeah, Rake Lane Cemetery, and you had the workies' huts with the low sort of wall and the roofs of the little sheds and buildings where they put all the the high powered tools in, and the little ride around diggers and stuff like that. They're digging graves, don't forget as well. For me, that was Waterloo. It looked like Le Hay Saint. A massive battle took place there. So as a kid growing up with big kilt papa, with musketry and tunics from Waterloo and all Napoleonic stuff there, I knew all that story. So when I was a kid and it was like summer holidays, I was only young. Oh, like, you better come to work with me, son. And like, so I'd be there. I'd be playing Waterloo, muskets. I'd be playing the French and the British. I'd be swapping sides all the time and dying all over the place, which is very appropriate because it actually is a graveyard. So you've got that bunch of buildings walled in and gated as well. And then you go across a little patch of, I don't know, copse, you can call it. And then there's a very beautiful area where it's a mass sort of graveyard for babies that died straight away, or just baby deaths. And there's a lovely, lovely shrine there, and there's some benches, and it's very serene and beautiful. And then you go a little bit further on, and you get these two brick-built, anti-climb wall paint stuff, substations, electricity substations, and you've got one of these phone masts is right there. Now that place is actually, it's great. Well, it's great if you're like a teen, a rebellious teen, and I can't knock them because I'd done the same thing at the time. They sit behind one of these, and it's all graffiti on them, the metal doors of these two substation buildings, and but they leave their crap everywhere. There's bottles of the cheapest but highest volume of alcohol, beer you can imagine, all that shite there. And they sit there and they smoke weed. Now, the times that me and the dog have encountered these, they've been totally fine. Oh, well, I love these dogs. These dogs are sick. They're fucking boss, these dogs, mate. Oh, I love the fucking kilt, that. Oh, that's fucking boss, that. And I get on great with these people. I don't know why. The reek of alcohol from my breath, maybe, makes them feel at ease. I don't know. But the dog fucking loves them anyway. So you've got that little area there, these two buildings, and this phone mast. It's got all like wires going every which way direction. And the birds sit upon those. I don't mean big fucking vultures and stuff like that. The birds, just little birds, and sparrows and, other stuff. I forget the birds. Oh, in the cemetery, you've got these fucking bastards. You've got ravens, you've got rooks, you've got crows, you've got all sorts in there. I have tried to take pictures of these bastards sitting perched on, because there's usually a group of them, and they'll sit on the great ornate marble tombstones. And I have tried over the years to get a great picture of these bastards all lined up and all looking sinister, like the Omen movies. But they're wise to you the minute your camera comes out, and like they turn in the other beak, and then they go fuck off. Oh, but you got to be careful of these bastards as well, because they are very sort of parochial, and they will look after their little turf. There's people that go out and put like bread down, bird seed down. So, and of course, my dog loves. She'll bringing back the term vulture. She will vulture anything at all. So she'll be there and she'll be rooting around in the grass and she'll eat all of their bird seed. Well, they're not happy about it, are they? So they will do like some fucking bombing dives and like swoop in, like they're going for you, and they've got them big pecky beak things, and like they go for your eyes. They know what they're doing. Not stupid. They go for your eyes. So you're like, no, fucking no, Jesus. So many's the time I've had to drag the dog out of the cemetery. And it seems to go like they're fucking bombing us. Whoa, Jesus. Exciting time. A dog walk can be very exciting, as this dog walk turned out to be. Oh, back on those bastards sitting on the foam mast lines. It's like a slaughtered lamb. You walk under them, and they're giving it loads. They're tweeting and twittering. As my dad, Big Kilt Papa, used to work there, used to call it Twitter-pating. They're Twitter-pating. But the minute you walked underneath them, and like that foam mast sits in like a huge sort of fenced-in concrete base, a big foundation there. So it all feeds out from that. And the minute you get to that zone, which is right between the two substation buildings where the scallies and gangs hang out like and smoke weed and do all whatever they do, whatever kids do these days. And but the minute you arrive there, they stop making the noises, and it is like you go, oh shit. I mean, I'm used to it now, but and there's millions of them there, and it's like Mel Brooks, you know, his parody of the birds, where they all start shitting on you, not attacking you, just shitting on you from a great height, and you're waiting for that response, and you walk around, and of course the dog, my dog, Roxy, is off the lead, and she's mooching around looking for whatever she can find, and it could take some time, but once you're away from the second building, substation building, they begin talking again. It is very sort of unnerving and weird, but I like it. I love nature being like that. Like, yeah, we're aware of you. You guys think you're in charge. You've got no fucking idea what we're capable of. So, just realised I've got this down here as well. So cheers, y'all. Cheers. So where's Kilt-Man going with all this? Well, I was in that area just before. I was by the baby's memoriam, and there was a girl with two dogs, and she had one on the lead, one off the lead. The one off the lead was a pit bull, a female pit bull. The one on the lead was, I don't know what breed it was, but it was like, it was female again, but it was like a small greyhound. I don't know, it's not a greyhound. It wasn't a baby greyhound. It was the same sort of, that same shaped face, and it looked like a greyhound, but a bit more meat on it, but much, much smaller. And Roxy goes over to say hello, and everything was going great. And like, start talking to the girl and all that, and she went, oh, this one's on the lead because this one's the aggressive one. So I said, well, don't worry, Roxy will just ignore that. She won't care. The other one, the pit bull, off the lead, female again, is like, oh yeah, this one, that's super friendly. And she was super friendly. She'd come over to me and she was sniffing Roxy, and Roxy was sniffing her, and the two of them did their thing. And me and this girl started talking, and she went, oh, you're Kilt-Man, aren't you? Yes, I'm Kilt-Man. I mean, yeah, I know, around here, around all of Merseyside, everyone knows who I am. And in certain other parts of the world, people know exactly who I am. But there's a big fucking giveaway, and that'll be that, you know, obviously. So someone that doesn't know me goes, oh, you're Kilt-Man, aren't you? Yeah, could be. Do you think? Do you reckon? And she went, me and my husband are moving to Glencoe. Glencoe? I did say to her, you're not Campbell, are you? And she just went, no. My husband, we're not Scottish at all. My husband's going to get a kilt though. I've been Glencoe. I've been all around Scotland, and everywhere I've been the only bastard in a kilt. The only bastard wearing a kilt. But I went, oh, that's great, yeah. I said, you do know the history of Glencoe, do you not? And she went, yeah, I do. I was like, oh shit. Because I love all it. Well, I don't love that. The atrocity committed there by the Campbells. The Campbells is infamous and will never die. And to this day, Campbells are not welcome in that entire area. The signs everywhere, we don't serve Campbells. And all the tour guides will say like, oh, but they do. It's just historical. Yeah, we don't serve Campbells. if they get a faint whiff that you're a Campbell, and you still try to get served, forget the tour guides. They will take you out the back and they'll kick that faint whiff out of you. And deservedly so. Ancient misdemeanors shouldn't be transmuted to today. In some cases. Oh, cases of whiskey. I wish I had a few cases of whiskey right now. Got this though. I'll make do with this. It's a big rugby day. Right now, Ireland are playing Wales in the Rugby Six Nations. But later on, you've got Scotland versus England in the Six Nations. And they're going for the Calcutta Cup. Hey! Scotland fucking predominate on this. And they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. They are the favourites. That's going to be fucking awesome. But anyway, so we're there. I was going to give the whole history, the story of Glencoe. And what happened to the McLeans of Glencoe. They're McDonald's, but they were known as the McLeans. And the whole Campbell betrayal with the British government and the British in-place Scottish nobles. We don't like the Catholic bastards in the Highlands. Let's make an issue of one of them, and they did. And what was it 1692, the 13th of February? They committed a massive atrocity there and killed 38 men, women, and children. Many more died when they fled into the air. If you've ever been to Glencoe, Glencoe is a gorgeous place. It's a U-shaped valley. The glen is about 7, maybe 8 miles long, and it kind of runs east to west, and it is absolutely resplendently gorgeous. In the summertime, oh wow, it's wet. Anytime it's wet. Now, in the summertime, when the sun is out, it is amazing landscape. These dominated by these rocky, craggy peaks on either side, but waterfalls are plenty and gorgeous green meadow of the glen. That's nice, but I would advise you to go autumn and especially winter, because oh my god, it's a different place then. The sun is low in the sky, the mist forms around the entire glen, and you hear the banshees wailing, and you hear the ghosts of those who were killed, slain on that awful day at 5 a.m. in the morning. In the Highlands, there is a code of honour. Even your most sworn enemy, and the Campbells and the McDonalds, the McEwens, the McNabs, the Campbells fucking hated everybody, and they usurped different clans all the time with their land domination, and they're fucking, in the back pocket of the English. They were swine, absolute swine, scumbags par excellence, and they're hated and reviled to this day. But they moved in and they set up with William of Orange. They set up, you see, Protestants, Catholics, bring them together. Great house party. Oh, might be a bun fight or two, a bit of a custard pie, a bit of banter. No. Now, my family's from Fort William. We're just further across, and we are associated with the Mackenzies and also the McAneaths and many other clans. We're all part of that conglomeration, but we're part of the McDonalds, essentially. And that betrayal there, which was a real atrocity. It was almost like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. Yeah, I mean, J.R.R. Martin production, definitely riffed on what happened there, because the Highland Code, no matter who your enemy is, you bring them in inclement weather, and you bring them indoors, you look after them, and you become friends forever. That's the Highland Code of honour. So your staunch enemy, you could bring him in to look after him. Oh, look, we can't fight the weather's, it's too bad. We want a proper fight. But once you bring him in, your friends, a truce is there. Now the Campbells used that to their advantage. And they, with 2 companies of British troops, marched into Glencoe. And I mean, there's a much bigger backstory. It's a very convoluted backstory, I'll be honest. It's all like signing allegiances to William of Orange and King James, Jimmy Stewart, the King Jimmy Stewart, who was actually in France at the time, hiding. But the true King of Scotland at that time actually said, look, they're going to exterminate you if you don't do this. Sign allegiance to William of Orange. Sign allegiance. I don't mind. Don't worry about it. Save yourselves. So they all did, but they were massively against. There've been rebellions. The whole Jacobite rebellion is based upon this. And the Glorious Revolution, slightly before, to usurp James and put in William of Orange. Yeah, with inside bastards who were traitors, of course. And that's the whole thing. If you didn't sign allegiance, pledge an oath to William of Orange, then you would be deemed a traitor. And they were not looked on very favourably. You didn't get a good time. Just council service. You'll just litter pick on the streets for a bit. Like, you'll be fine. No, you could be flayed. You could be burned alive. You could be hanged repeatedly. It took a lot to take down William Wallace. But anyway, so all this shit was going on. And the head of the MacDonalds at the time, or the MacLeans of Glencoe, as they were known at the time, they've all got different names, but they're all part of the same, clan. And he was meant to go and sign this oath. I'm cutting this short here. And he goes to Fort William, where my family's from. My family's from Fort William. I'm pointing that way. It's fucking that way. It's way up that way. And he gets up there, and the sheriff's not there to to witness the signing and countersign it. Well, you're gonna have to go up the road, 60 miles up the road, across the Rannoch Moor, and a very bleak place. But they had to cross that, and they get there, and he wasn't there either. They had to wait for ages and sign it. There was a deadline, and the clock was clicking there. The clock was ticking. And fine, they do sign it, but behind the scenes, these fucking bastards from Argyle, under the yoke of England, were like, look, we've got to make, and the Lowlanders as well, the Protestants, were like, we can't, all these ones who've signed, and there was a money incentive as well, like to sign, pledge allegiance to William. But we don't care. We need to make a scapegoat of one of these fucking clans to make sure that they don't have an uprising. They couldn't do it to all of them because the uprising would be too big. William of Orange was already fighting the French in Flanders. She's like, I can't pledge any more men up there. So I don't want an uprising in the north. Let's just make a scapegoat of one of them to show them, don't ever fuck with us. And so even though Alistair MacLean, a MacDonald, with his big white moustache and his flowing white hair, signed it in time, and it all went off, everything was fine, but the Campbells hate the MacDonalds. It had gone back way before all this. So him and his clan in Glencoe will take them down. So they rejected the fact that he'd signed this pledge of allegiance to William of Orange, and they sent in 2 companies of British troops. Now, the British troops there could be contingents of Scots in there who were in it, but there would be Englishmen there as well. But they're led and commanded by Campbells. And what they did, they arrived in Glencoe, and of course, obviously, the MacLeans, the MacDonalds are like, what the fuck are you doing here, And we don't trust you. And no. We're heading further north to collect taxes that haven't been paid in. Okay, it sounds plausible. And so the Highland Code of Honour, they took them in, and for 2 weeks, 2 weeks, they were billeted with all the families in their little homesteads, living with them, eating with them, working with them, playing with the kids. come next? Well, it was all a setup, obviously. So it didn't matter what the McDonald's ever did. They just extended hospitality, Highland hospitality, and a code of honour to these guys. Even to sworn enemy, the Campbells. But the Campbells are married into the McDonald's as well. It's convoluted. So the guy in charge was actually married to one of the McDonald's as well. Dude, it just makes things fucking so awkward, does it not? So anyway, on that 5 a.m. that morning, the order was given. Now the order was given via papers and a messenger, but what's often said is that the signal was given from Signal Point, which is in Glencoe. It is a point high up, but that's just legend. I mean, the orders were given probably the day before, like 5 a.m. You fucking kill these bastards, and anyone under the age of 70 was put to the sword. So men, women, kids were slain and butchered big time, and loads got away. Don't get me wrong, loads fled, but went on into the craggy peaks of the mountains either side. But it's very inhospitable, and the troops were ordered to hunt them down as well. So many more were found and killed, but loads perished in the it was February. The weather was really bad, and it's not exactly a fertile ground either. So I mean, they thrived on cattle rustling. Oh, don't get me wrong, the McDonald's and the McLeans and all of the clans that I'm part of, they were no angels, but they had to survive somehow, did they not? So they did all this, and many died. They say between 30 and 400 people perished in the mountains and the higher peaks and that. Like, but I don't know. That's probably way off the actual genuine figure. But a lot still perished. But Alistair McLean, the MacDonald, a couple of his sons survived. And, that was it. The Campbells were fucking demonised forevermore. So anyway, they says to this girl, "Oh, you're going to Glencoe? You're not Campbell, are you?" Said, "No, I'm not Campbell." So you know the history of Glencoe, do you not? And she went, "Yeah, I do." And I went, "Oh shit," because I was going to launch into all of that rhetoric. Oh, fucking damn it! And anyway, so what happened next? We gassed them. She said, "What are you going to do up there?" And she went, "Well, we're going to open a B&B, and we're going to have a kennels, for dogs, obviously." And I thought, what a great idea. And I thought, me and Mrs. Kilt-Man and the family, we'll go up there. We'll come and see you. That'll be great. She knows who I am, the famous Kilt-Man. Cheers, y'all. And then, at this point, getting back on track here, at this point, she's got this dog, the greyhound type dog. This is the aggressive one, and she was great. They're both bitches as well. So there's 3 bitches, 4 if you count the owner as well. And but they're all getting on great. Everything's great. Now that phone mast, its anchors come down and they sit in a great big chained, fenced in concrete foundation, a big block like that, which is about so high. I mean, I know I'm sitting down, but it's about so high to me if I'm standing up, and a bit lower. You can lean on it. We're passing one of these, and then some secret silent trigger went off, just like someone went like that. And Roxy, my dog, and this dog, the pit bull, were walking together, and the pit bull turned on Roxy. And I saw it happen, and I'm talking to the woman, blah de blah de blah, and I saw this, and I knew it was going to happen, and it went, because his head lowered down, and it went for Roxy's throat. And pit bulls have such pressure. All dogs, when they bite, even little yappy fuckers, they bite, they don't let go. If they want to kill, they're not going to let go. So you've got your work cut out for you. So I've had some training with attack dogs, and also how to defeat attack dogs and how to take down aggressive animals that are coming at you. I also know a fair bit about, when dogs attacking other dogs and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So we're harkening back to the advice here. Anyway, so it turns on Roxy, and straight away it got her on the big rough around there. Huskies are dead well protected there. You can't get to their throat because of this big fairy ruff that they've got there. But they can get through it, obviously. And I was like, straight up, fuck our conversation and fuck you, bitch. Your dog's just gone for mine. So suddenly, well, you're attacking my dog. It's like you attacking my wife or my kids. I'm going to kill you. It's as simple as that. So dickhead here leaps into action. Now, what I'm going to say to you, if you can see that a dog is going to turn, if its head goes down low and it starts like, that's a big giveaway for one thing. Get your dog away and distract that aggressive one. Just shout and put your arms in the air. Be loud. It does put some dogs off. It can distract them. Don't stare them in the eyes and don't say, hello, hiya. If you show your teeth, that aggressive dog will take that as a sign that you're being aggressive to it. So it's going to go for you. It's going to make things worse regardless. So don't be smiling. Hey, hiya, oh, you're good, oh, you cute. Ah! What you need to do, if you've got the time to do it, and the other owner is doing fuck all like this owner did, take your coat off if you've got a coat and throw it over the attacking dog's head. Fucking thing can't see. It's got all the dog sight's not that great. It's a lot better than people make out, but it's not brilliant. Mix them odds. If you put a coat or anything over that dog's head, it will, in most cases, subdue it to a degree where you can extricate your dog or yourself and give it a go. No, because you can't see what's coming. But which is actually what you should do in dire circumstances. But if you can't do that and the dog's still going for your dog and it latches on, this is a horrible catch-22 scenario. If it latches onto your dog, which this one did, it got onto Roxy's chest, but Roxy turned her head and was like, look, I know she's an older dog now. She ain't given 1 fucking inch. And she's like, ah! And huskies, when those lips curl back out of the usual husky smile, they were fucking wolves. And she looked amazed and she went, ah! And she's biting the top of this fucker's head, ah! Like that. So the two of them are sort of locked on there. But I know this can only end badly for my dog. So I've got to get involved. I'm wearing a jacket, but I've got no time to take it off, and it's also locked on. Once it's locked on, you can't get those jaws off. Well, you can. Dogs' ribs are very fragile. I know it's bizarre. Even your pit bulls and your XL bullies, they're just fucking lumbering towers of muscle, purely prehistoric. Kick him in the ribs will shatter. You can also jump on its back, you'll break its back. You can rip the back legs apart. Make a wish, motherfucker. You can do all that. Stick your finger up its bum. You can do all these things. But you don't think about those. Like in a fight, a human fight. Oh, I've learned this, I've done that, I've been trained with this. By the time you've worked out, if you stop and think about things, and then before you've come to your possible response, you're on the deck, your throat's been slit, your nose is broken, whatever. If you procrastinate and think, it's over, you've lost. Don't think, act. You have to act. So, with the appropriate music playing here. This thing's on, Roxy. So with this hand here, I made a fist. And I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing these gloves as it happens. I always wear these gloves. These are my Mad Max. So they're fingerless and they are ripped to buggery and back. Now, on certain things that I've done in the past with the military, we had what they call pacifiers, which were like full gloves, full finger gloves. but they're packed with lead. So you would pacify anybody that you happen to use that, and they fit like a glove, you know. If you buy some, you would pacify them good style. Teeth would fly, faces would be completely reconfigured. You're packing lead in those. I wasn't wearing those, I was wearing them. But at least that gave me some protection. So what I did, this thing is on it, and I'm shouting, doing all the things, shout. I'm like, fuck. What's this girl doing? She's like that. Oh my God, she's never done this before. Oh, I'm insured. Fuck you. Butt out. Fuck off to Glencoe. Your dog's dead, by the way. I'm gonna fucking do this thing again. So I managed to like punch it twice in the eye. It's its right eye. Bang, bang. And it broke its grip, and like moved back enough for me to put this arm in its way. So I broke the contact between the two dogs. Now again, a dog attack. If you've got dogs can't climb. Unless certain dogs can. Unless you can get up somewhere high or get over the fence or something. And there was a fence right there. But I'm not going to pick up my husky and throw it over there and then leap over there as well. There was no time for that sort of shenanigans. You've got to give the dog something to bite. So you've got to give it, and like the outside of your thigh, it's all going to be painful, folks. I can't give you a best case scenario of this. It's going to hurt regardless. The outside of your thigh, not the inside, whoa God, but the outside of your thigh or your arm. That's what you do. You've got to put if you get attacked, protect your face, your chest, your groin, your stomach. You've got to protect those bits. That body T is where you're going to come across it, and you will have to turn your back to it, so you're giving it less sort of horrible bits to bite and chow down on. If you can run away, but running is not a good idea, because running triggers off aggressive dogs as well. So they will, oh, great, you're running, I want to do this. And they'll fucking drag you down. Give them something. So I've given my arm, this arm here, and it chomped down on my arm. Now, I was wearing, I'll show you the jacket in a bit, but I was wearing this wristband as well. And I'm going to show you, it might not come up on this because, but there's a massive, I can't turn the arm the other way. There's a massive bruise all the way around it. It goes all the way over there as well. And there's no puncture wounds. And because I was wearing this jacket. This jacket is the standard jacket I wear a lot when dog walking, because it's got loads of pockets in it, inside pockets and all sorts of stuff like. And this is not what I wore in the Royal Marines, but I did wear it for certain exercises and certain training and certain things that we did where no insignia could be worn. There's nothing on this apart from my SBS challenge patch. That's a different story. I won that, so that's why I wear that. But the rest of it, there's no insignia, no nothing on it. And because the depths of the bellows pockets and all that, it's wonderful to wear when you dog, where you got treats in your pockets there. You can put your lead in there, put your gloves in, put your hat in, and your phone tucks into the little zip up side pockets and all that. It's great. So I've got my earphones in, and that's how I'm strutting about. Now, so it clamped on that, and yeah, I could feel the pressure. There's a lot of pressure going in, and but I managed to bring the dog around and fucking repeatedly punch this bastard right in the eye. And at the top of it, their heads are built like tanks, but if you can get the base of the skull, you'll do some damage. So I'm trying to pivot this thing round. In so doing, I twinged my back. Now, a twinge should be a medical term, but it's not. But it should be. You know yourselves. I've just twinged me back. You've not broken your back. You've not slipped a disc. You haven't fractured, a vertebrae. You've twinged it. But twinge means a lot. And you know what it means. It's like something, I've just twinged. It's organic and soft. You've pinched a muscle, a nerve especially. And I fucking did that. So this is all in the blink of like literally an eye. And I've managed to break the dogs apart from punch. Hand goes in, dog chomps, I'm punching again. But I've twisted now. And I'm now on the deck. But I've twisted my side, which, I'm saying my back, it's actually more here where it's going on there. And I felt that go and I thought, isn't it bizarre that in a lightning second like that, so many thoughts go through your head. I put my back out after having spent many years carrying huge burdens and doing enormous amounts of weightlifting and bodybuilding. I know it doesn't look like it now, but I don't do that shit anymore. And but I've put my back out a few times, and when it goes, and I was thinking, oh my god, I've got weeks of this now. I won't be able to get out of bed in the morning. It's gonna travel up the nerve, it'll travel up to top of my neck. I won't turn my head. I'm thinking all of this shit while this dog's fucking latched to my arm. Oh yeah, get back in the zone, Kilt-Man. Fuck off. And then it let go, and I fucking hoofed this bastard. Fucking hoofed it. And a nice yelp from the cunt as it span out into the air and landed on its back a little bit away. And the girl then realised, take my hands off the side of my head and stop screaming and go, I'll put it back on the lead now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, she's never done that before. Never. Oh, never. I can't believe. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm insured. I just like, fuck you. And I'm checking Roxy out, and Roxy's just like, where are we going next? What? Can we go to the pub now, Dad, please? And there was no damage whatsoever to her. Nothing. No puncture wounds, no blood, no nothing. This dog had done nothing to her other than latch on. But it fucking got me. But that bruise there, and by the way, I don't bruise. I'm not a bruiser. I might act like a fucking bruiser, but I'm not a bruiser. But I don't tend to bruise that easily. But clearly, and that's only that. What happened was afterwards, I said to her, look, this is what happened. I just couldn't be arsed talking to her anymore. And I thought, you're a fuckwit. That dog, I did say to her, that dog should be on the lead. You can't have that dog off the lead. You can't do that. My dog's just done nothing wrong and your dog's 10. But she's never done. But it did. And now you know. So you keep it on the fucking lead from now on. Oh, I love you, Kilt-Man. Oh, fuck off. Kilt-Man don't love you. And by the way, Glencoe, we'll be up there. No, this sort of stuff does happen. And even people who are the best dog owners and they've got no reason to suspect their dog will do anything strange. This girl even said to me, the one on the leads, the aggressive one, that was the nicest one, the one off the lead. Oh, she's dead lovely. Fucking turned on this silent, secret trigger signal and went for my dog. And then obviously it'll be bruised, it'll be hurt, but because that eye might be done in a little bit, but hey, so what? So she shackled this other one up, and she walked off down the main path going down to Seaview Road, which is where we were going to go, but I thought, oh, fuck that. So we stayed, and I just gave Roxy a few more once, twice, thrice overs, make sure she was okay, and then we walked off, and we're not. I thought, well, we're not going to go down to Liscard. We're going to go back to my local boozers. I know it's all part of the next stage of the dog walk, and so Roxy just fucking walked off like that, strutting herself, big shoulder and all that. But fucking like, ooh, yeah, I'm fucking hard, me. I just took down that fucking Rottweiler. What is a Rottweiler? They're great. Rotties are superb. They're brilliant dogs. Never once had an issue with Rottweilers, apart from the film The Omen, obviously. but she's strutting away like that, walking up there. And as we walked off, and she's off the lead again. I gave her a couple of treats, good girl and all that. And suddenly you think, oh shit, that's hurting. Oh no. Now my back, I know I'd seized up, so I was already walking like John Wayne, and animatronic John Wayne, with a few circuits not working properly. But this arm suddenly went, and I'm like, oh no. And I thought, shit, has it bitten me? I never even thought to check. To be honest, and I'll be honest right now, the girl did say, she went, is the dog all right? I'm insured. She kept on saying this, and I was checking Roxy over. And then she went, are you okay? Because she clearly saw me get chomped as well. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I even said, like, look, it happens. This is what dogs do. She's all right. That should be on the lead. You know, just, you need to be aware of this. And by the way, fuck off, you know. That's a big Kilt-Man. Fuck you, you know. And you're Kilt-Man, aren't you? I love you, and all that. All went badly wrong, did it not? So we're walking up this aisle, and the aisle in the graveyard, and this arm began to hurt, and I thought, oh shit, it's got through. I thought, oh fuck it, let's just go back, let's get to the pub. We always did this in the past, right? We'll get to a farmhouse, we'll get to somewhere where we got some shelter, and we'll check you out. Let's not do it right now. You're walking, you're talking, you're breathing fine, you're okay. Let's get out of the danger zone. So that's probably what I was thinking. And let's just head into the alcohol zone, which is what we did. So it gets into the telegraph light, and the dogs. It was busy as well, like, and actually couldn't get served for ages. I'm waiting for a couple of whiskies to come over to nullify the pain. And like, I managed to pull back my jacket a little bit. Did I show you the jacket? I did, didn't I? Pull it back, and I saw I thought there'd be some chomps in there. I thought the pain is that, because it builds up. You don't realise pain hits you afterwards. If you get pain straight away, that's a good sign, because you're gonna black out. Pretty much. If you survive the incident, the whatever, pain will hit you afterwards, and hit me afterwards, and I was like, oh shit, that's really hurting. And what it's done, which you won't be able to see because it's not doing it right now, it's affected the nerve hitting that little finger. So I woke up this morning and the little finger was going, it was doing the jiggity pokery, it was body popping like that. I was like, oh fucking stop that. And then I woke up and went, oh, my arm's fucking killing me. And it's hurting right now. But no puncture wounds. The jacket saved the puncture wounds going through from the teeth, but the pressure is still enough to do some crunch damage. So yeah, and that's going to turn all the colours of the rainbow over the next few days, and it'll do the purple thing, and then it'll do that horrible mouldy yellowy cheese thing. Oh, that is the worst look, infiltrated by turdy brown colours. Oh, it's fucking awful. So I'm gonna have to sport that for a bit. But folks, dogs, yeah, I love dogs. Dogs are dangerous. Dogs can turn any moment. My dog is, as everyone says about their own dog, she's fantastic. She's super friendly. Well, mine is. Everybody around here knows Roxy, and they all adore and love Roxy. I do feature her in loads of pictures on Facebook and whatnot. She's a well-known character. She's adored by all and sundry, and she gets on with every damn dog under the sun. Even dogs that are problematic, she's almost like a therapy dog, and she sits and she talks to them and she works it all out. She just calms them down, and they get on great, and they're going like, well, the opposite of this, you know, my dog's never done this before. It hates other dogs, but it's sitting down and it's playing with yours. Can't believe it. But obviously, you know, the world is full of paradoxes and things which prove you wrong, as I definitely know all too recently. But so this turned out badly for Roxy, who has probably forgotten the whole thing. But me, I'm still. The weird thing was, when I got to the pub and people were texting me and I was trying to text back, and we went to another couple of pubs as well. It was all, I got over. Don't worry, I got over things. But the hand that I'm holding the lead with this hand, sitting down in the pub, and I've got whiskage. I wish they gave it to me in the bottle, but they don't. And I'm trying to text people, and I realised I was writing really badly, and that's just punching fucking your keyboard on your phone, because my hand wasn't working, and that's the hand I was punching the dog with. And I thought, oh, this is last night. I thought, oh no, actually I've broken fingers before, and I've done my hand in. I've done loads of like martial arts and fighting and that, so I've damaged my hands, something good style. And so I know the routine that you go through, and I thought, oh, that fucked up there as well. So that arm's done in, this fist is done in, my back's done in. Oh shit, and I let her off the hook as well, like. But anyway, this morning, it's fine, no worries. I can punch again, don't worry about that. And this ain't hurting as much anymore. However, the back's, it's twinging, a fucking twinge from hell, And not only that, you're wearing a kilt. Well, I was wearing a kilt. Got your belt cinched around that, like, and that pivot, which did my back or my side in, the kilt and the belt must have really wrenched against me, because I've got a fucking big, horrible, big red thing right here, down here. But it blends in with all the other scars, so what the hell, My body is literally like the surface of Mars. It's red, raw, livid, volcanic, and just full of fissures and cracks. Gorgeous, aren't I? And but there you go. It's one of those things. I don't give a shit. End of the day. But my advice is, dog attacks, if you can get behind something or get on top of something, get away from it. If you can diffuse it in the first place by intimidating the attacking dog, then brilliant. And that's by standing tall, roaring and shouting at it, and put your arms in the air. That works with a lot of other animals as well. I mean, I know you don't massively encounter grizzly bears in your normal daily routine, but it can work with them as well, or lions. Be bigger. They don't all see you as prey. They just see you as an aggressor, something I've got to take down. So that's how you fight fire with fire. Literally, be more intimidating than they are. I know it's massively easier said than done, but bring it down to the real world and in parks, on the streets where dogs prevail. There's many tricks you can do. If it's all going to go tits up, you can't get away. If there's more than one dog, I'm afraid it's a fight for life. There's things you can do, but unless you're armed, you're going to have a major problem. But use a pen, a screwdriver. I'm not saying carry a knife, but if you've got a dog, here's a tip for you. There's gonna a little piece of wood, good, proper, sturdy wood, a twig, but it's got to be not a fucking snappy little thing. It's got to be. I pack wood. Everyone knows this. Mrs. Kilt-Man especially. I pack wood, heavy wood, old oak, but little bits of wood. Now, here's a little family history for you. My family, Fort William, the Dungarrons, who were not Scottish, they were English, took over a house, a big, huge house outside Fort William, and I've done this, but my family, the challenge was to break into the grounds of the Dungarrons, and they had a great big, massive, it was an oak tree. Get into the grounds, climb up that, and snap a twig off that. It was just like fucking, it was one of them, just, fuck you. So we'd do that. Now, I've been there. Now, we did this, I'm not saying when, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but we did that, and we broke in. By the way, it's not not the same people, not the same family, it's completely different. The tree is still there. We broke in and climbed it. Not break in, climbed over, and but I'm trained in these things, you know. We got up that tree, and I've got, well, they're over there right now. There's about 5. Yeah, there's 5. I actually thought there was more. There's 5 twigs from that tree, and I carry them with me usually, and they're in my belt. There's one down the belt. There's one in the pocket, and because you can't, you carry a knife, you're in trouble. Trouble. But you carry a pen or a screwdriver or I don't know, whatever your tool of the trade might be. You can carry these things, and you can use them. The pens are really good, but a real good piece of hard wood, and you haven't got to sharpen it, doesn't matter. That goes into, you can jab someone in the nerves, under the armpits, in the groin, in the face, particularly the face, under the chin, get him in the mouth, get him in the eyes, get him in the nose, get him in the ear. You're going to do a lot of damage. And the same goes for dogs as well. Now, if only I'd done that yesterday, I think the whole thing would have been done within seconds. The whole thing was done in seconds, but it took more of fisticuffs to do it. Just 1 second. The dog's just wandered past, hasn't she? I think she wants to go out the back. Just 1 second. So, I mean, a stick, got a dog, you can't be done for carrying a stick with you. You can't. Now, I have sticks down. I'm not wearing a belt right now, but down, I have my belt across here, and I have pouches, around with dog treats and all that sort of stuff, and wallets and phones and all sorts of shit like. And I have sticks lobbed down my belt, and I have them in. If I'm wearing a jacket, then they'll be in the pockets as well. So I'm just saying, in an era where people get attacked all the time, but it's by dogs, it's mainly by fucking humans, mainly getting attacked by. If you've got something to fight back with, a stick, you can't get done for carrying a little stick like that, and it hasn't got to be sharpened. Don't make a spear or a knife out of it. But it's hardy, out of your fist, so you're not gonna come off that far. You can fucking do all bloody sorts of shit with that. You can get, oh no, no, I'm not doing it. So there you go, folks. That was my words of advice about dogs on the streets. And I love dogs, all of my life. I can probably count on the hands of a man with only 2 fingers the amount of dog attacks I've actually been involved in. And although I did train with a bit, but that was different. And my God, those dogs were good. When they also realised that, okay, you've got the upper hand, I'll let go. Did he pass? And they kept asking the trainer, the instructor, did good there, didn't he? They're fucking good, those dogs. My God, they're good. And what are they mainly? German Shepherds. That's what I work with. Most of my dogs throughout my life have been German Shepherds. Just the Husky, not that behind me there. but the husky that's sitting out the back right now, they're a different kettle of fish. But if riled, they can do what they need to do to survive. And isn't that what we're all about? Survival, folks. Survival of the fittest. It used to be me, but now I've got the I've developed. I've evolved my dad's the Macanini clams cheeks. We had cheeks, big cheeks. Obviously, back in the Highlands, back in the day, you may have had your sporran. Wasn't a sporran back then. Don't give me that bollocks. You had a little leather pouch, and you put your tuck-ins in would be in there. You'd have all that. Not your mobile phone, not your wallet, not your cash card, none of that shit, like. But a little bit of stuff, like a bit of jerky would be in there. Anything would be in there, just to sustain you in the Highlands where there's not much going around. Like, where was I going with that? But my family have this fucking face. You could have the chiseled body of an Adonis, really, and I've had that. I used to be a strippogram, for Christ's sake. I was super lean doing martial arts. I slimmed down from 16 stone of muscle in the Marines to 9.5 stone. I didn't have much choice because that's what happened. And then I began to build back up again, but it's fluctuated. And now alcohol and a sedentary life these days, I'm not the build I used to be. But I've grown into my dad's face, so I've got my dad's old fucking chops. This saddle baggage taking place here. Yeah, and I'm also getting the rosy sort of cheeks that my dad had. Although, as my wife will tell you, that's probably down to the amount of whiskey that you drink. You've burst a gazillion blood vessels and capillaries, and it's just gone like that. Well, put it this way, I'll be great as Father Christmas, won't I? Gonna have the rosy red fat cheeks of a Santa Claus. Anyway, I just want to, let's just get to, we're playing the 13th Warrior here. Of course, Jerry Goldsmith. A wonderful score. But I think some of you guys... Oh, fuck off. I jumped way ahead there. By the way, Glencoe, get up there. But please, if you've not been there before, try to do it in the summertime to get all that. It is gorgeous. It's genuinely beautiful. But you want to go autumn, winter, particularly winter. The mist really generates and grows and swells around it. And I meant to say about the ghosts of Glencoe. So we'll finish up on this. I've got a feeling that little speech is going to come on any second now. So we'll wait for this. But the ghosts of Glencoe do exist. Banshees are there, or the washerwomen, as they're called, who howl laments before the deed is done. Now, it's going to come on any second, so let's just wait for it, because it's so fucking cool. The 13th Warrior. Viking movie with Tony Curran, a great Scot, in a kilt, fighting.
Lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brothers. Lo, there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning.
They do call to me. They bid me take my place among them.
In the halls of Valhalla,
When the rain,
they live
Is it fucking awesome? Fucking inspirational and absolutely awesome. I again have forgotten entirely what I was talking about, but who the hell cares? Dog attacks, Scotland. Oh, the ghost of Glencoe. Yeah. When that 5 a.m. Massacre took place, apparently some of the soldiers, the British soldiery, we're not too certain exactly where they came from. Was the English or was the Scottish soldiers as part of the government regiment? Two companies of actually got the orders and tipped off the people they've been living with, and they've been having dinner with, playing with their kids. For fuck's sake, they then tipped off. Look, we've been told to do this. Get out. Now that's been recorded. That's a husky slurping water there. And so these people bugged out and got into the mountains and the crags and got away. But there were people from the MacLeans and well the MacDonalds, the MacLeans and the other clans who were there. They're all MacDonalds, or under the MacDonald governorship, and they'd heard the banshee wailing during the night and realised this is foreboding, this is the end, something terrible was going to happen here, and they just literally ran for their lives. And but now if you go there, and I've heard this so many times, people go to Glencoe and they go, if you look, this has been recorded as well, like there's really bad photography of this stuff. People say that you see the battle, recorded in the clouds, in the sky, when you're there. There wasn't a fucking battle. There wasn't a battle. It was a massacre. People were killed in the beds, dragged out and fucking slit. There was no fight that took place. They were done. That was it. There was no battle. But what you hear now when you go there, and it's genuinely there, you hear this freakish wailing sound. You do. It's called the wind. And you guys know how much I love me spooky stuff. Living in the epicenter of Spook Mansion with all the shit that happens here all the time. Been plenty lately. There's a video coming up there. Oh God, I forgot about that. There's stuff coming up there. But the wind is massively freakish, and it howls through little ravines. And you've got the waterfalls there as well, so it's echoing off the water as well. And you've got vast open elements of the glen, so it howls down and then goes up the sides. It's amplified, and all the audiophonics of the wind are beyond your ken, and so it sounds like women shrieking laments. But there's got to be something to it. Why would you assume that hearing that sound is going to be a bad thing? If it hadn't happened several times, well, we heard that noise the night before, and then this happened, and then it happens again and again. So, you know what I mean? This is how the legends and myths are born. I urge you to go to Glencoe and don't visit the guest house, the B&B with the dog kennel attached to it, with a little bitchy Rottweiler and a woman who can't control it and just goes, "Oh no, she's never done this before. Oh, you got insurance. I should have fucking took her up on that, because is that not, like, you see that now? Like, you see that? Look at that. Looks like I put like a fucking chocolate fucking biscuit on the side of my. I can't turn my arm any other way, but it does extend. Sorry, that way extends around here as well. Chompy chomp chomp. I love all dogs, but I'll kill that dog next time I see it. If it acts okay, that's fine. We've all had fights. I've had fights with people who ended up being great mates of mine. Just trying to think, are they still mates of mine? Yeah, there's a borderline case there. Yeah. But if I see him again, I will kick him in the bollocks, because I owe him that at least. Cheers, y'all. So, folks, we're going to finish off this rambling pile of old bullshit here with because we've been talking about like Glencoe, and Rannoch Moor does run alongside the I think it's the west of Glencoe. So I'm going to play the Rannoch Moor Suite from Rob Roy, from Carter Burwell, Liam Neeson as Rob Roy. Robert Roy McGregor, again, who fell afoul of the Campbells. Oh, just to reaffirm again, the Highland Code of Honour, which still exists, bring people in inclement weather, and when these two companies of British soldiery led by Campbells arrived in Glencoe, the weather was turning bad. Now they said, look, we're heading up north to get tax which has not been paid. Okay, but the weather's turning shit. Come in. That's what Highland Code basically is, and you give it to your enemy as well. It exists in pretty much every culture. Native Americans do this, Aborigines do this, a lot of Middle Eastern, let's call them tribes, because that's what they are. It's all tribal stuff. But you can claim as an infidel, as an outsider, you can be looked after by certain people of Muslim background, and they will take care of you, even though you might be a sworn enemy. It doesn't happen very often, but it's known. What I'm saying is every culture has this. This is the Rannoch Moor Suite from Robert Roy. It's a bleak place. It is. It is. This soundbar is really dying. You hear it's farting and gurgling away. It's going. It's parping away where the parping of the orchestra shouldn't be. You know. This is where Rob Roy learns a despicable act to his wife, which was. The only witness, the only known person, was sworn to secrecy by his wife. She got raped, basically, by Tim Roth. Tim Roth. I used to do the magazine edition on the Kilt-Man channel, and many of you have asked me why it's not happened since certain events in the Middle East, because you can't talk about certain things unless you're on a news broadcasting thing, whether you're lefty, whether you're righty, whether you're in the middle, whether you're whatever, you can get away with it. But people like me say stuff and you're done. That's it. possibly even genuinely, you know. So I don't do it anymore because I can't. And fuck me, do I not want to speak about so many things that are happening right now? But we covered dog attacks and how to equip yourself without actually carrying a knife. Oh dear, Kilt-Man, what are you doing? Are you empowering people to carry a wooden weapon? Can't be done with carrying a stick, can you? Especially when you've got a dog beside you. This thing's farting away here. But I've got to get this sorted out within the next few days. Got to. There's something big coming up, folks. Something big. Something big and musical. I'm sworn to secrecy on this, but wow. It's big. Anyway. Oh. Well, it carries on. Let's be running. Let's keep fucking running. Them bastard redcoats. Nah, fuck that. Turn around, lie in wait. Fucking take them down. Those fox hunting bastards. 2 of them can never fox hunt again. 2 of them can't do much ever again. Stay on the straight and narrow. Look after your neighbours, look after your family, look after... I'm not doing it in the wrong order. Look after everyone. You see something horrible happening on the street, on the bus, on the train, anywhere. If you can intervene, intervene. If you're too afraid, I get that. Call services, do something. Don't just film it and then do nothing besides that. Help people. Always try to help people if you can. And if your dog gets attacked, kill those that attacked it. But watch out what you do. As I said before, quick resume. Don't look a dog in the eyes. Don't smile at it. Don't run. Throw your jacket over it. Offer it something to chomp on while you fucking do it apart. A dog can break very easily. Its ribs will shatter. They're not strong at all. They're not built that way. They're muscle. They move a different way. You can blind the fuckers. Don't mess with the teeth. You're not going to break their jaws. You're not going to break their teeth. You're not going to do that. That is not going to happen. But you can blind them. You can fuck their ears up. Stick your finger up its arse. Give it a hoop of hell. And then kick it into touch. You can punch, kick. They do respond, you know. They've only got this thing. And you know, they're just, it's like a shark attack. It does look like that. And it's all like, they're fucking loud with it as well. They kind of give the game away. I'm gonna kill you now. So get your stick out. Down its throat. Ooh, got ya. Up its ass. A stick used correctly, even without a point on it, will penetrate if you know. That looks so wrong, doesn't it? Look, folks, it's Saturday afternoon. Big rugby games are taking place in the Rugby Six Nations. Scotland is going to fucking trounce England and retain the Calcutta Cup yet again. Ireland should trounce Wales, I think, but we'll see how it goes. And certain people out there should learn not to use and abuse people and their device and then rip that person off ruthlessly. You know who you are. I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with you at all. You're a shitbag, is what you are. You're scum. Don't come climbing back to me. Don't fucking do it. Your card is marked. And you're a piece of shit, is what you are. This is a bit fart in the way here. It's like... Anyway, folks, I have been on We Shall Be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, this ever like, whoa, dog attacking Vikings, Highland, Glencoe, ghosts, and whiskey drinking in between time. Please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And I'm going to see you all. And this is patented. This is mine, trademarked.